Advanced RMA is unfortunately not available in every country due to different logistical issues. Non-USA end users would need to go through the global landing page, and based on their region, our system will guide them to the appropriate region for assistance, regional service center, email, local retail, e-tail, etc. I apologize if this is not a satisfactory answer, but my main concern is to be able to assist our end users here stateside. Now, with that said, I know for a fact that on the USA side, we do offer the advanced RMA, and should anyone run into any issues online, they only need to call in. We have updated the serial numbers globally to encompass high-risk serial numbers. We offer this service to better help users that are affected by this, but that's not to say that all units are affected. Should anyone have any issue, calling or contacting the local MSI branch would be the best and fastest way to remedy their issue. Now, if you're reading this thinking, Greg, what the heck are you talking about? What's going on here? You need to be caught up to speed. You obviously missed our last video about the AIO saga from MSI, how they basically just shipped out a bunch of defective units and are refusing to fully take responsibility for them. And so we've been trying to hold them accountable here. I know that Der Bauer recently made a video with his findings in Germany. It's very clear that MSI shipped out a bunch of AIOs that are clogging prematurely. And it's happening all over the planet. I'm getting emails still to this day from folks who live in places like the Philippines, Singapore. I'm getting emails from, I believe, China. I'm getting emails from Europe, UK, Germany, France, etc. It's a very widespread issue, and MSI are still attempting to downplay it. I mean, it still says a small number or small portion of AIOs are affected by this on their official landing page for this very issue. But that's not even the worst part. To their credit, they have altered the RMA process for folks who are affected stateside. And I believe this also affects Canada as well, which is a good thing. So North America, I'm not sure if Mexico's involved, but if you live in the US or Canada and you have an effective version 1 MagCore Liquid 240R or 360R, if you enter your serial number on their product page website, RMA page, basically it's a landing page for that issue, and I'll have that linked below as well, then you should be prompted by this point to an advanced RMA tab. And what that means is that you will be sent a replacement AIO before you ever have to send yours in for inspection. And that means minimal downtime. In my opinion, that's the way MSI should handle this globally. But from what I'm being told, the only regions that are willing to do this at this point are the US and Canada. That's it. That's it. Everyone else still being affected everywhere else on the planet is being shafted, and they're being told that they need to send their AIOs in to be inspected beforehand, before any replacement is sent. They aren't being offered refunds. They aren't being told that it'll take 2 or 3 days. They're just saying, send them in, and we'll get back to you. I've really done about all I think I can do. I don't know where else to go from here. I don't know who else to press. What other button can I push with these folks at MSI to get them to not only acknowledge that this is a bigger issue than they are still making it out to be, but also expand the advanced RMA to encompass several other regions that are clearly still being affected. Just to recap, for messages like the one we received from a viewer in Canada with this clogging issue attached, anyone outside of the US is not automatically qualified for the advanced RMA. So the only folks this entire ordeal is guaranteed to help are US residents. And this was his final response. Hi Greg, I just double checked with our tech support team and Canada does qualify for the advanced RMA. The tech support manager has also reiterated it again to his team. So again, they still can't get their frickin' people in line. Canada is included in the advanced RMA. They're part of the North America region, and yet they still can't get every person on these tech support teams to understand that if a serial number is green lit when it's entered, that means that they need to have an advanced RMA, not a normal RMA, which involves, again, the boring, like, you got to ship it out and wait, okay? Advanced is, it gets sent to you first. Just really frustrated by all this. This was something I was previously unaware of as well. Apologies for the confusion. Okay, so yeah, we have no idea what's going on. As far as I know, every region has their own way of solving this issue, but Canada and US have the advanced RMA. I can't speak for other regions, however. That's great, MSI. Fantastic. It's a big enough issue, and you finally acknowledge that it's a big enough issue to alter the way that you're handling RMA claims locally. But for some reason, when I insist that we're still getting tons of emails from folks who are affected internationally, you decide that, well, our hands are tied. There's nothing more I can do. What are you talking about? You are literally in direct contact. I'm talking with the HQ team. I believe a majority of the folks in this email who are tied to this email chain live in Taiwan, which is where MSI's headquarters is. So why is this not being pushed further up the chain? Why are people not from the top down enforcing advanced RMA protocols for other regions? I do not understand why this is still being downplayed. It's not isolated to just the US and Canada. If you are emailing us still, which I want you to do, I'm not upset at all at the fact that you're emailing us. I prefer it that way because then it gives us even more ammunition for the future. But if you're emailing us because you're being told by your MSI branch, wherever you live, that your defective unit, if it's 1 week old, 6 months old, doesn't matter. Most of these are failing in a few months, which is way shorter than the typical shelf life of an AIO. And you're being told that the normal traditional RMA is the only way to go about this, then you are being screwed. You're being screwed over. In fact, you are being, dare I say it, you're being, I want to be careful how I word this. Because of where you live, you are being screwed over. These are all manufactured more or less exactly the same. And that's why they all have issues. No matter where you live, no matter where you buy one, they all have issues. But because of where you live, you aren't getting preferential treatment. And that seems just a little screwed up, don't you think? Because if you had the privilege of living here in the States, and I know a lot of folks are like, ew, US, I don't want to live here. You know, I get it. Yeah, there's pros and cons of living here. I get that. There's probably better places to live. But if you had the privilege in this scenario of living in the States, you wouldn't have to worry about all the hoops of going through a traditional RMA, packaging the product up yourself, shipping it out to wherever they tell you to, waiting, hoping that when they get their package from you, they actually inspect it on site, same day, and then determine that your AIO is in fact impacted, and then find a replacement V2 unit, hopefully one's on hand, ship that back out to you. I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to be overnighted. You're looking at weeks, more than likely weeks, of system downtime. But us in the States, a few minutes, however long it takes to change out an AIO, because I'm going to have the replacement ahead of time. And it's because of where I live. That's how I see this. And that to me is garbage. That is literally preferential treatment by region. I think what bothers me even more is the fact that I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go. I don't have any other contact higher up at MSI that I can talk to put pressure on. The only thing I know how to do is make videos. And a video like this might do something about it. It might not. Sharing this kind of video would be really helpful. Obviously, I do get something out of it. It's my video. I'm not going to act like you're not doing me a favor. Of course you are. But this is my only real medium, my only way of making a difference, because this is where a bulk of my audience is. They watch my videos. I could tweet something. If I get a few dozen retweets, what's that going to do? But if we can get a few, I don't know, maybe even just a few 100,000 views on this kind of video, if we could share it 1,000 times or more, like that, I think will be too loud for them to ignore. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They're ignoring. I feel a bit helpless in the sense I don't know what else to do now. I have honestly even entertained the idea of handling the RMAs myself. And that scares the crap out of me because I have no idea how many defective units there are out there. I really did. I mean, I felt that helpless about this that I honestly contemplated doing that and was weighing the pros and cons, the potential downsides, how many people could I actually help here? And when I decided that it was just not really feasible for someone my size, I don't have an infinite amount of resources here. I really don't. When I decided that, I thought, wow, isn't this sad that a YouTuber has to feel like he needs to try to make things right because a company won't? And I'm not trying to make myself, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to present myself in a better light than I am. I'm a businessman. I'm still trying to make money here. But it's frustrating when I feel responsible for this to an extent because I'm pushing them as hard as I can and I'm not able to do what I want to do for everyone. The only people this is benefiting are people who live near me in my country, and that's freaking garbage. That was not what I wanted. I wanted everyone who purchased one to have this same outcome. That's the way to solve this. But they don't see it that way. Maybe after watching this video, maybe they suddenly understand. Maybe they feel the pressure from all of you, whoever watches this. You have other ways of contacting them. I don't know. But this is ridiculous. You're literally being singled out because of where you live. And you're not getting the preferential treatment, or not even that. You're not even getting this is basic decency here. You're not getting the treatment you deserve because you were screwed over in the first place by buying a product that was, for all intents and purposes, destined to fail from the start. They're not taking responsibility. As far as I see it, more people than not are being screwed here. So you might help a few here in the States. And when I say few, I mean with respect to everyone involved all across the globe. That doesn't change the fact that, again, you're screwing that many people over. And I really hope it changes soon. I really do. So, MSI makes decent products. I've used plenty of MSI products in the past. And I don't want to blacklist an entire company over something like this. I really don't. But I will. I'll do it in a heartbeat. There are plenty of other companies I'd much rather work with at this point because of the way this is being handled. So that's where I'll leave it for now. Hopefully I can make a follow-up video soon with good news. But this is not what I wanted to bring to your attention. So we'll stay on top of it. I'll continue doing what I can. I'll try new things and see where we get. Sorry for making the video so long. If you watched the whole thing, I appreciate it. Thanks for even clicking on it. Again, share the news if you have folks who are still complaining, still have issues with their AIOs, their 240Rs, 360Rs, specifically from the Core Liquid lineup, the V1s. Show them this video. Let them know they're not alone. Plenty of people are in the same boat they are. So at least they know they're not alone. And that there are people, behind the scenes trying to help. And hopefully we'll be able to arrange something soon. If not with MSI, maybe with some other company willing to step in and make it right. Maybe we can do stuff as creators if a few of us gang together. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. It's Sunday. I'll publish this right after I stop recording. So. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one here pretty shortly. My name's Greg. Thanks for learning with me, I guess.